I guess if you had to go back to the very beginning of my life, I was born in Detroit, Michigan. Actually was given up by my mother for adoption. I lived in a foster home for about 4 months and was adopted by a young family. My dad was a steel worker who got injured in an accident, and our next door neighbor came over to the hospital every day to visit him. They were very strong believers, and prayed for my dad. After praying for him for a few weeks, he actually was healed and gave his life to the Lord and decided to dedicate the rest of his life to the Lord. So he went to seminary and became a pastor. So I kind of grew up in a pastor's home. I remember waking up one night in the middle of the night when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and just, when you start putting two and two together, and it was pretty simple. I just remember walking over to my mom and dad's bed and just asking them to pray for me and that I wanted to accept Jesus into my life. And I get through college, and a friend of mine, he was promoting a Newsboys show. I was like 18 years old, and he knew that my parents had this awesome Chevy Astro minivan that would be perfect for driving the band members around town when they need to run errands. And that's how I met the Newsboys. And little did I know, but like a few months after I met the band, I got a cold call to my house after a class in college one night. And it was the lead singer, and he said, yeah, we heard that you play keyboards. Would you be interested in auditioning for Newsboys? So 3 days later, I drove out to where they were playing a show, and I played the entire set during their sound check. Barely even knew the guys at all. And they said to me, would you be interested in playing the show tonight? So I played the entire show with the band, first time ever in front of more people than I've ever played to in any band I had been in my entire life up until that point. And after the show, they said, oh man, well, we'd love for you to join us. We're in Indianapolis next week. So this was like 1994. I was like fresh out of high school. So I went home the next day, and I dropped out of college, packed up my car, drove it to Nashville, jumped in a tour bus, and did like 280 shows that first year in the band. But yeah, so that's been it for like the last 20 years. Been to like 50 some countries with the band, and it's been awesome to see how God used me as somebody that, where my mom could have made that decision to not even have me, and then, just that quick decision, and here I am, 40 years later. So it's a pretty powerful thing. I'm always grateful that I'm even here. My name is Jeff Frankenstein, and I have been ransomed.